Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Hey, we're live Saturday, 16th of April. I've had a very busy morning. Just looking at a couple of client jobs and just trying to problem solve one. And it's not easy. It's to do with the My Listing directory theme. And I've asked a few questions of support, and I've had an answer, and the answer makes no sense whatsoever. So I'm like, what do you mean by that? You're assuming I know what you're talking about. But anyway, just working on that. And not edited, I've got to edit a video for Bertha, a really quick promo video. And another video I'm just giving back to one of our previous clients on how they can work on their WooCommerce shop so that I don't have to keep sending them emails and go, look, you click here, you click there, you do this, you do that, blah, 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 and all that. Hey, Chingy, how you doing? I hope you're having a good morning so far. Or not. Or yes. I hope you're having a good day, mate. Right, let's just get rid of that video there. So I might share my screen. Boop, there we go. Just as I'm working on this editing a video at the moment. Well, I would edit a video if I could. There we go. Just got to find the damn video. There we go, there's the video. What are you working on today, Chingy? Always sounds like you got something on the go, by the way, which is good. I just have to make sure the screen is hiding the password, which it is. In fact, I might just increase my screen size a bit there. Boop. There we go, like that. Online resume. Cheers, Chingy. You know what you should do for your resume? Just put my video on. Just say, here you go. There's my resume. You just log in. You just log in. Oops. That's not right. So I think I've just split at the wrong point there. Okay, right, let's try that again. Hey, let's go over the website then and what you need to do. Right, okay, so that I'm just playing back the sound. If anyone got a bit of sound just then, that was me playing back. Hey George, how you doing? What are you up to? So while that's updating, it's always a bit dangerous to do that before. Haha, a new job as a resume. Oh, I don't know. You'll never get a job using any of my videos as a resume, Chingy. It will destroy your career. So don't do it. It will destroy the career. Hey, George. I'm trying to problem solve something with the My Listing theme, and I'm worried it ain't going to be solvable. So with the My Listing, which is a directory theme, at the moment, when you create, what you can do is you can create a WooCommerce product. So the user, if they buy product 1, they're allowed to have 5 listings. If they buy product 2, they're allowed 10 listings. But at the moment, you're not allowed to say which listing they're allowed. Let me explain. In the directory theme, right, you have listing groups. So you might have hotels, events, people. There's different directory categories. But the WooCommerce product says if you subscribe, you can do 10 listings. But it doesn't allow you to say 2 of those, 6 of those. So you might have these different groups, categories, but you can't define which one does that package relate to, and it's really like screwing my head up at the moment. Is the order. something out. Delete, delete, delete. So where you have these pages, right? There we go. So a bit of problem solving I'm going to have to do after I've just sorted out this quick video for someone. As well, right? Just trying to sort something out here. Over here, I would always recommend you set our house in the middle of the street. Our house in the middle of the street. Our house. Let's go back over. Hey, Mark. So basically that's the problem really with the directory theme. Isn't it annoying, George, when like the theme does everything you want except this one little thing? So there's got to be a solution to it, you know. So if you subscribe, you're allowed, you set the limit of how many listings they can have, but you can't say you can have 2 of this listing, 4 of that, and 6 of that. If you set 10, they could have 10 of that. But you only want 2 of that, 2 of that, and 6 of that. So I asked the question, and someone was like, yeah, you just mess around with the taxonomy, mess around with the theme, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what? What? Shut the heck up. What the heck are you talking about? Talk English. I don't know what you're talking about. But, yeah, it's a bit... And I had a call with the client last night as well, late last night, saying, well, you could have a problem here. I said, it's, you know, your business model and what you're thinking about. And it's not because... It's almost explained to them that, you know, that this is something that... So after we ever agreed to work on it, they've then said, oh, and now we want this. And I was like, which is why I said to them, we need to have a chat, because what you want, I'm a bit worried you ain't going to be able to do. But I'm a bit, you know, but... Again, your information, an email to me as a customer for me to now get that information. Just edit that chunk out of the video. Information. Now, what about adding products? And you could say that helps keep your website. You change this to be zip down. That's to do with a plugin that helps keep your website quite clean. Don't worry about it. You could go down here now, go to inventory, and you could say that you could change this to be 0. I know, it's just I have to be honest, I was up during the night on my phone going, seriously, no one's come across this problem before? Seriously? And I asked a question, and you know, what I really hate, here's something I hate. You know, when you ask a question on a Facebook group or anywhere, and this is something I don't like doing. Someone asks a question, I give them a reply with a video that I've done, or I step by step say, this is what you need to do. What I hate is when someone goes, yeah, just set the taxonomy and then change the theme and write a bit of script. And you go, what? What? The taxonomy for what? Change the theme. What? Write a bit of script. What? You know, You know, it's like if like your car's broken down and someone drives past you, or they stop and go, yeah, you just need to look at the engine, and they drive off again. You're like, look at the engine, what? Just stare at it, and then the car will fix itself. You know, and often I find that, you know, if anyone ever reply, it happens on the Elementor Facebook group as well. People, they write an answer, and the answer is, it's not a proper full-on answer, right? And I feel like you're almost like trying to show off that you know the answer, but you're not going to tell anyone or provide the solution. Yeah, write a bit of script. What, you want me to write a new stage show or a movie? This is not for Hollywood. This is for the directory theme. You know, it's a bit... So I always feel like, you know, if you're going to answer a question or anything like that, you got to give a fuller, better answer. Like that. Now, let's just move that to the bin. And maybe I'm being pernickety, but I really do hate it when people do that. Whoop. So there you go. I've just had a bit of a rant there. You know, if you're going to answer a question to anyone, you either point them to a tutorial or a guide, or you send them a code, or you explain a bit more detail. But this is someone who's been using the My Listing theme since 2017, sorry. So 5 years they've been using that theme. They've been with it since probably day one. So they obviously know a possible solution, but it's like, hello? What is it then? But I have gone back to one of the trusted people for the theme. But they've not come back to me yet, which is a bit annoying. But hey, it's Saturday. Take care. Product we've gone and added to the list. Does that make sense? Have a goat, alright? Take care. See you soon. So let's just get this video uploaded for them. Share to file. Call it cool. Right, let's see what the questions are coming out here. Oh, George, take your time. Take your time. Take your time, George, right? Take your time, mate. Ha! George, it would be wonderful if you knew what the heck was going on. Okay, but don't worry, alright? Go and enjoy your lunch, alright? Take your time. Family time, we miss out on that so much, right? Yesterday, I was closing off a deal yesterday evening, getting the deposit, making a start, looking into it, working out the strategy. Then I had a call with my brother-in-law's wife, or my sister-in-law, sorry, to talk about their site and the stuff I'd set up for them really quickly. Then I had to arrange a call with the other client for the directory theme. And time just went. Like, by the time I realised, it was 11 p.m. and it was just like time just gone. Family time, it can slip by, and it's like my son had been playing out since midday, and other than the odd little hey you okay, I hadn't really spoken to him since midday, which is where sometimes, you know, you got to balance things off. But yeah, he's gone to get his COVID jab today. Burp, burp, burp. I'm surprised. I bet he screamed down the place. I heard he was okay, so not too bad then. I'd hate to imagine what he would have been like, though. I'm just going to quickly nip down and get a new can. Because it's quite flat, this, okay? I'll be back in... I'm just going to put some music on and I'll be back in a moment, okay? I've just got to go get a can of Coke, alright? So I will be back, alright? So don't worry. I'll be back, alright?
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean, and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short, so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Yeah, I'm back. So quite successful, really, in that someone contacted us in the morning yesterday. I was eating something and I ran upstairs. I should have done that. Woo. Discussed a little bit about what they want, what they're after, what we can offer to them. And we closed off the deal yesterday night, deposit paid. I made a little bit of a start on it last night just to get a bit more of a feel for the site. Hey Inderpreet, good to see you too. And hopefully I can crack out their website in about 2 or 3 days. I'm going to be fitting it in between this other directory project that we've got on the go as well. So a bit of a juggling going on here between them. Sometimes I don't like juggling between tasks and projects because they're very different. The directory one is bothering me a little bit though, but this other one should be relatively simple, I hope. And it's more of a facelift of a project. And facelift projects I quite like, really, because I'm not saying they're easy, but they are, you know, you're taking what they got and then you're modifying to make it better, more unique, more nicer, basically, right? Yeah, Inderpreet. I just need to sort out a better way of doing the live streaming. I really do, because I just think that the EV Mux had problems. And I'm going to be doing one with Vito from Atarim. Vito Peleg from Atarim in Bertha. I may be doing a live chat with him on Tuesday, the 19th of April. Just got to go over a few details. Right, I'm going to be back in 5 minutes, okay? So bear with me, but I will be back in 5 minutes, all right? So just bear with me, alright? I will be back in 5 minutes. I'm going to put some music on in the background. So you've got something to just listen to there, okay? I'll be back in 5 minutes, alright? Hey, I'm back. Hey, yes, so the plugin I use is, I think it's called GDPR Cookie Consent. That's a pretty good one. The only problem though is what I really hate about all these cookie consent plugins is how they hit your page insight score. I really cannot stand how much it hits your page speed score, right? Right, totally hate it. But yeah, it's GDPR cookie consent, which I know is very random, but that one works really well. Everybody come on, dun, dun. So yeah, so look, Bluenatic, I'll tell you some of the biggest culprits that totally wreck. You can lose about 40% of your page speed score due to Google Tag Manager, Google Tags basically. If you go and add in any Google Analytics, Rank Math is the safest way to do it, but any other Google Analytics codes, Facebook Pixel, cookies consent, GDPR. These 4 things wallop your page speed score. And I cannot believe how this is not being addressed. Right? 40%. 40%. So all the hard work you do to get your website to 85, 90, 95%, it hits you. Yeah, Rank Math, right? Use the Rank Math approach. See the video we did on Rank Math where once you've done your Google Search Console, then you do your Google Analytics. Do your Google Analytics after you've done the Google Search Console. Normally wait 1 or 2 days. It then pulls it through and makes the connection. So you don't need to use like Google Sitekit or Google Analytics. You don't need to install any of that. Just let Rank Math handle it. But the fact that, I mean, you could have a website that's 99% on the mobile. The minute you add cookie consent, GDPR, 20% of your website gone. Like, it's and then you have cumulative layout shift issues and all of this going on, and it's pain in the butt. Absolute pain in the butt. Hey Jazz, how you doing? What are you up to, my friend? What are you up to? Anything good? Anything you want to admit to? Or maybe not? Don't worry, Bluenatic. It's one of those things where like it doesn't get spoken about a lot, does it? In videos or forums, you know, we all go, "Oh yeah, you got to have this, you got to have that." You know, it's like, you know, Facebook Pixels was a really good thing, but the hits it can do on your score is major. And I think with anything, whenever someone says to me, oh, what about this plugin? What about this method? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I always sort of go, so what's the impact on the page speed insight? What's the impact on the performance, the user experience? Is it worth it and all of that? So it's always good to kind of like stop and think about that. So just going to start editing this little bit of a promo that I was doing for Bertha. The problem with the promo is it looks a little bit dark, doesn't it? The picture there's a little bit dark. Of this, of the 8 minutes, I've just chopped off 4 minutes because it's wasted time. But of this 4-minute video, there's only about 50 seconds required. But there's a lot of, I couldn't get my words right. How to make right, so if you're in Safari, it won't automatically play. If you're in Edge or Chrome, 90% of the time the video will autoplay if you've got autoplay in the settings. What browser are you using, Jazz? I know, Blue Natter, you're right. They don't want to go. They don't want to explain it or even. And I get why we need it. I get it, but I am fed up of cookie consents on websites. Does my head in. And you know, I just feel like I get why they're doing it so that your data is not collected, but I just think the world needs to move on a little bit. I really do. I really think the world just needs to move on and go, look, let it happen. All we're saying is we are not allowing people to contact us directly. Do not email me. Do not whatever, right? Don't email me or ring me up unless I consent and say I want to be part of a newsletter or something like that. But other than that, I know exactly we have to do it, but I just think that the world needs to, like, you know, just move on from it. It's I really hate it when you go to a site and you can't scroll up and down or do anything until you hit the button. And we always talk about websites reduce the number of clicks. Well, before they've even looked at your website properly, we've added in a click. Click. So when you go to Edge, Jazz, does it autoplay? Because normally, you see, if you've set the video to autoplay, it should autoplay. Especially if it's the background section. I know, Mark. Oh no, the sound quality on this has gone corrupt. So let's just add that in again. Sometimes the sound quality on the videos goes a little corrupt and you have to kind of take it out, add it in again, and again, and again. But yeah, 4 minutes of this video was just me. There was a lot of stop-start on this video, trust me. A lot of stop-starting. Let's do a bit of bass boost on there.
For AI is even more accessible for everyone right now. It's completely accessible for everyone right now. It's completely free for you to have access to. Right now, you've got to sign up for Bertha right now. Hold up.
Whoa. When you have two monitors and you're working with a Mac, I do hate the way the dock reappears just because you've moved your mouse near the bottom of the screen. That's a little annoying. Yep, take care, B. Take care, Balloonatic. See you later.
Hold up. Now, hold up. Did you know that Bertha is supported?
So just gotta quickly edit this video, stitch it together.
More successful. Can make your business be a whole lot more successful.
Let's round off the end of this.
And don't forget.
Look at that. 8-minute video. Crunched into 1 minute. It's
And don't forget to sign up for Bertha. It's flowing.
cool. Look at that. 8 minutes condensed into 1 minute and 9 seconds.
Help you do your
Cool. Just add a bit of lightness to the video there. Yeah, cool. That's all done.
now free.
Right, let's just get that out. Bit of promo work there for Bertha and the Atarim Web Summit event. I will be, in fact, I'll be doing my talk at 6 p.m. UK time on Thursday the 28th of April. I'll be doing my talk on the Atarim Web Summit. So that'd be good. So let me just call this the Bertha promo. Bertha promo. So that should be good. Yeah. Just wait for that all to upload. Save. That's an unlisted video we just saved. You can probably hear some drilling noise because someone's doing some work in their garden. It's very noisy outside, but it's, you know, hey Jimmy, how you doing? How are you, my friend? Right, I need to and that's what's kind of good about the live chat. We've only been running for nearly 40 minutes. That 2 videos edited, 1 uploaded, 1 I'm going to send over to the Bertha people so they can decide what they're going to do with it. So good going at the moment. But that's what I like and enjoy about the live chats, because you can still get things done in the background. So that's always good. But what I do need to do now, I'm trying to problem solve to do with the My Listing Directory theme. There's a limitation with it, and I'm just trying to find a solution. And it's kept me very busy last night and this morning. The moment I woke up this morning, I was like this back on my phone trying to work out a solution. And right up until I've gone live, right? And even now it's still troubling me. And sometimes by going live, it allows me to stop. Because if I hadn't gone live, I'd still be like this, staring at my desk and bits of paper, trying to problem solve how to solve this, you know, conundrum. But yeah. But we got another project last night, which is cool. Really, really glad they well, not really glad, wrong word. It was I'm glad that they kind of came round to the approach I said we should take to do what they wanted to do. Because I'm not saying it's easy for us, but it made so much more sense for them as well. You know, they wanted to redo their website. It's like, well, why don't we do this and do this? Let's not complicate it, right? Keep it simple. When you complicate things, it's difficult, right? So you got a website, you don't like the look of it. Create a staging site. We have access to the staging site. We redo it. Okay, stylize it and everything. You like it, you switch over. Hey, George. And there was someone else that contacted us yesterday as well, evening. And they wanted to do loads of stuff with images and ACF and dynamic and blah, 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 blah. And I said to them, here's an approach I would do, but I don't think I'm the right person for what you want. And they came back with, that video's no use to me. I thought it was, but anyway. And I want da-da-da-da-da-da. And they are someone who runs a web design agency as well in the UK. And I thought, the email almost came across like, hold on, you've asked for help. I've kind of said we're probably not the right people for it. And it was almost like a rant. Like, this is what I want. How do I do it? I need help. It's kind of like, not my problem. Don't mean to be funny, but that's not my problem. Okay? I've kind of said we don't really want to work for you for it. You know, we're not the right people for it, whatever. So don't have a go, kind of thing. It's not like you've paid any money. But Jimmy, a couple of projects. Yes, there's money. And then comes the stress, which is what I'm having right now with this directory theme. Let me just quickly send this video to the Bertha people, so they can go and do their stuff with it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Where's the video? Here it is. You know when you create a video and the total size of that video is 83 megabytes? That's nothing. 83 megabyte video. Psh. Let's transfer that. One thing that's annoying about WeTransfer.com is, you know, when you try and send it, then you got to wait for them to send you the verification code, which comes really quickly. But the fact you got to enter in a verification code is like, I get why though, right? Because you could be pretending to be someone. You could be sending like a dangerous video. Take care, Mark. I know what you mean, George. It really troubles you, doesn't it? And you keep hoping that you'll wake up in the morning and you'll go, Eureka. And instead you wake up in the morning and you're thinking, you know, you're having one of those moments, right? And yeah, hate it. I hate it. And normally I do not take on a job if I know I'm going to have a stressful moment. But because this problem has occurred after we've agreed to take it on and all of that, I don't have to solve the problem because that was not part of the agreement of what we're going to do. But for me, it's like, I feel like I've lost 6 hours of my life already. And you feel like, I don't have to do it. But if we can crack it, brilliant. You know, there's a video we can create for it. But it's, the stress of that is just a little bit, you know. Let me explain. Shall I explain it online? Shall I actually share the screen and explain to you online? Okay. So this website, okay, let me explain to you, all right. This website is completely work in motion, right? Complete work in motion. But let me explain to you what the problem is, right? Let me explain what the problem is. Let me just get it over. So if I share it and I talk through it, it will make a whole load more sense, right? Okay, let me explain it. Right, so. Okay, so let me explain. Let me make myself a bit smaller. I wish I was smaller. Wish I was the size of a thumbnail. Right, okay, there we go. I'm here. Right, so over here, right, so the My Listing plugin allows you to have listing groups. So we have 4 groups: offers, jobs, businesses, and events. These are the groups, okay? The way the website will work is you buy a package. The package will then allow you to have listings. So within here, someone might want to put a listing for an offer, or an advert for a job, or an advert for a business, or an advert for an event. I hope that makes sense, okay? What you then have, though, are what we call products, okay? Ignore the bundle test one we have here, okay? Totally ignore that one there. We only have 3 products: free, advanced. Oh, Andrew, if you're watching in YouTube, just hold on a second, George. Andrew, if you're watching in YouTube, click the cog and check that you're not watching in 144 resolution. Check the resolution of the video, okay? Check the resolution. That's why you might get a buffering problem. So we have 3 products, okay? If you go into this product here, okay, that the person has to you have to buy a product before you can add a listing. We have 3. Ignore that for now. Let's go into this one, this product, okay? We have something called listing package. The listing package allows you to do 3 listings. You're allowed 3 listings. But here's the problem. Those 3 listings could be any of these, any of them. Right? You could do 1 here, 2 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. You're allowed 3. The problem I'm trying to crack is, how do you create a product where we say you're allowed 10 listings, but 3 of them are here, 3 of them are here, and 2 of them are here? Because at the minute, if you say 10, I could do 10 offers. I could do 10 jobs. Does that make sense? So when the client told me that last night, I was like, ooh, hold on. I don't think you can do that. Because at the moment, let me just go to edit. It does not allow you to define the type of listing. All it says is, how many do you want to have? So over here, 3. 3 what? 3 of anything. So then I had an idea with, well, what if like you had to create, what if you did something like a bundle instead? So the bundle would basically be, you would say, right, if you buy this product, you get this one and this one, but you still have the same problem you had before. None of these are linked to a listing type. That 3 is anything. It's anything. So that's the problem I'm trying to crack, because the idea is they will have premium packages, but one package will say you can have 2 of this group, 1 of this group, 1 of this group. Another package will say you can have 5 of this group, 20 of this group, 20 of that group. But to just say 30 listings, well, you might do 30 of that, but you were never meant to have 30 of that. Yeah, exactly, George. It's the distribution of the packages. And I've asked the group, the My Listing user group, and I haven't got a good answer yet. A decent enough answer that makes me go, yeah, all right. Ooh, I nearly dropped the Coke on my face then. See what I mean, Jimmy? See what I mean? If like the packager said if the packager said you can have 10 listings and it doesn't matter what category you have, we're okay. But because the client has now said, oh, they're only allowed to have some of that, some of that, some of that, some of that, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, do you know what I mean? Because with the My Listing theme, I'm very good at that theme. I'm really good at it. But this conundrum has knocked me dead at the moment. And I'm really like, oh, crap. What are we going to do here?
And done.
Two stocks. Ooh. What, like 2 stock inventories? Is that what you're saying, Jimmy? Do you mean 2 stock inventories? Ooh. I would say, yeah, get the client to use a fulfillment center and get the fulfillment center to manage that. Oh yes, Andrew, I forgot. You have that problem, don't you, with the internet? That's why you're getting that. My son and my wife have been out the house now for 4 hours. No, 5 hours. Where the hell are they? Not 4 hours. 5 hours. 4 hours. Hey, Di, how are you? You haven't been here for a while, have you? You haven't been here for a while. Hope you're okay. Hope you're okay, mate. Hope you're looking after yourself. Hereby come. If I rule the world. So basically, ooh, that's a bit, ooh. I get what they're doing here. They'll, oh yeah, that's complex. So basically, Jimmy. In that scenario, Jimmy, I would say you do this. So you know how over here, right? What you would do is you would pick a grouped product. So your grouped product would be, oh no, hold on. I don't know if that would work actually. You'd have to have like, this product might be the bracelet. This product might be the pearls. Oh, I don't know if that would work. You might need to try it out. Can you still pick the variation? Like a bundled product. So would that allow you to then have the stock inventory for the bracelet, the stock inventory for the pearls? So each one of them is a separate product, but then you have the bundled product, which is both of them. I think. Yeah, things are going well. However, I'm stressing myself out on how to do a My Listing directory theme thing. Oh, George, do you want to paste that in again? Because the plugin The name didn't paste. But George might have a good hey, George might have a fantastic solution for you. I wonder if you can do a bundle of a bundle in WooCommerce. Never tried it. Hey George, wait, were you meant to paste something there, George? The plugin name. Yeah, no props, George. We're hanging. We have nowhere else to go, George. We're just waiting for you. Do you know what, George? I hate it when that happens, when you know there's a solution and you got to log into a website to get the solution because you forget the solution name. Isn't that annoying? That's very annoying. But I know what you mean. I sometimes have that problem quite a lot, actually. Hold on, my cat's calling me. I've just got to call my cat in the room. Hey, Strider. Over here. Ugh. It's my cat. He was wondering where I was. He's probably going to come in the room now and jump up here. You'll see him jump up in a moment. Or not. Just bring the microphone down here a little bit. There we go. Just get some keywords in here for them. WooCommerce TM Extra product options. No, I've heard of it, not worked with Notion at the moment, Jimmy. Yeah, look forward to seeing that, Jimmy. Yeah, not used it though. But this damn directory theme, I think, is going to be the death of me. That's my cat. Hello. Got a wet nose now. And he's just eating food as well. And his breath stinks of food. Careful, he nearly knocked R2 over then. Yeah, I heard of Notion. And didn't have a burning appetite to start using it just yet. But yeah, my listing, this damn theme. Why is it so difficult to just do what I want to do with it? Right? Right? Are you sure, George? Are you sure? Because like, I don't want you to take up your time. I don't want you to like, if you've got other stuff on, you know, and I don't want you stressing yourself out either, because you've already got other problems with what you're doing. And believe me, I don't want you to suddenly start over worrying yourself. Whoops, on my phone. No, don't want you to start over worrying. Yeah, I know, the cat, innit? Hey. What's on your nose, hey? Bit of food on your nose, ain't you? Let's get that off. Anyway, I fed you earlier. I fed you earlier. In fact, I fed you about... You've already got food, alright? You've already got food. Ah, there you go. That's a good compliment for Notion coming from Chingy as well. Trying to see what to do with this website. Maybe I'll have another look at Notion again then, because it's obviously seems to be doing okay for you. Let me just see what we got here. WP migrate. All right. Well, I'm just going to export. So hey Janelle, it's a horizontal scroll tutorial. I would say, right, that the best way to do the horizontal scroll, if I'm honest, Janelle, hey Dave, you could use the slide approach that I've used. So I did a video on the slide approach, but I will have a look at the horizontal scroll again with the flex container. I am planning to do that. Is actually on my radar as well. So I can't promise when, but I will make sure I do it soon. Because flex container is still an experiment, I could create a video and then that might become out of date really quickly because we haven't got the final version. But I will look into it, okay? I will look into it. So I'm just exporting, George. Yeah, I'm just exporting my little black book of jobs and contacts. Not contacts, sorry. Projects we're working on. So far we're up to halfway on here. So I'll send it to you via WeTransfer. Okay, let me just get your email again, George. Where's the damn file? Oh god, that took ages to download. It's not normally that slow. Hey Joe, the Bertha people sent it to me. The Bertha people sent it to me because I was doing videos for them, you see, helping them out. And I said to them, what do you want me to wear? Do you want me to wear black, purple? What do you want me to wear? And they were like, hey, hold up, we'll send you the hoodie. That was nice. So just checking what Dave's written about a giveaway. I mean, you could do something where you say, I don't know, it's a bit of a difficult one, isn't it? Hey, Peter, hope you're okay, my friend. I would say that I don't want to say it's completely difficult, but yeah, I don't want to say it's completely difficult, but doing an advert like that, what can you give away that's going to get traction on, you know, for your website, for book writers and stuff like that? That's a bit of a tricky one. Because it's like, do you say, look, we'll do a 10-page website for the cost of 5? Do you maybe say, I don't know. We'll do your website and your rank math SEO for free. So you'll do the rank math SEO that's worth, I don't know, £300. You'll do that for free. So maybe something like that. You know, your Google rankings, your search, all of that. Yeah, the pay-as-you-go model is really good, isn't it, Joe? George, don't kill yourself over it, all right? I hope things are I hope things are getting better, Peter. I hope. I don't use spacers. I just use margin. I've never used spacers. Very first websites I built, I did. And then I was like, why am I using spacers for? The only time you use a spacer is with the column when you're trying to extend a column. But you could also use CSS code for that. You don't need to use a spacer. You could do CSS code. Oh, George, don't spend too long on it, all right? Really don't. But spacer is just for like columns sometimes, but other than that, margins all the time. Margins all the time. Go for margins. So that's been sent, George. All right. Yeah, and like Jimmy said, you know, does Xanthi love spacers then? Does she love spacers? Oh no. We'll have to have a word with her about that. Does she love spacers? Is that what she says or what you say, George? Oh, you do? Now I'm worried what you're going to do to that website I've just sent you. Spacers everywhere. You'll solve the problem with a spacer. Somehow, you will get the listing group and the product to fit with a spacer. And I'm going to go, what? What? That's Elementor Modular, the spacer. All I'm going to say, George, you are spaced out. Right, I'm going to be back in 5 minutes, everyone, okay? I'm going to be back in 5 minutes, all right? So don't go anywhere. Carry on chatting amongst yourselves, but I will be back in 5 minutes. Oh, hold on. What was this again? So, Giles just said, how's your experience working on funnels? Just traditional WordPress. I have to be honest, unless you're doing a very sophisticated WooCommerce type of cart flow, whatever. Just work out your flow and then get it to fit. I don't rely on plugins to do that. I'll be back in 5 minutes, all right? Hey. Oh, what's going on? There seems to be a lot of chitter chatter on the thing. Let's see. So Jimmy and Chingy are organising a holiday together. I'm definitely not lazy today, Jimmy. I'm like, well, George is helping out now a bit, but I am like trying to crack off about 3 or 4. Well, no, done 3 things today. Got 3 more things to get done today as well. I suppose in a way, Dave, here's what you could do, right? So here's what you could do, Dave, right? You could do an offer where you say so you can make a multi-offer. So one person gets a free website up to 3 pages. So a 3-page website, limit it. You just say a free website. They'll go, oh, I want 20 pages. A 3-page website, okay? Or even a 1-page. And then the next 3 people get a website with the SEO rank math keywords added in for free. So now they pay for the website, but they'll get that for free. You know, I'm using OBS. So I'll share with you here. This will look really bad, right, when I share the screen, all right? So right now I'm using OBS. You know when you do this, OBS goes all crazy, doesn't it? So let me just... Right, so I'm using OBS, right? And then over here I have, like, the music. I can take the music off. I can have the 5-minute thing, or I can do the email address overlay as well that appears, like that. I even have this intro thing that appears as well. Or I can just, you know, do stuff like that as well. So OBS is really good. I mean, I'm just streaming directly onto YouTube. Hey Atif, how you doing? Yeah, it's nice. Bit grey, a little bit grey of the clouds, but it's clear. But it's weird. It's like a grey. It's a grey shade, but I can't really see clouds that much. Otherwise, it's pretty clear, but grey. Yeah, all of these, yeah, all of this stuff was done in Canva. This is all Canva. All of this is Canva. Yeah. And then the setting I used in Canva, I'll share the setting with you. So when I add this image into OBS, you then add a chroma key, and here's the chroma key. So I've added in 83% opacity. So the chroma key. So when you do that, that then like basically adds it as an overlay. Well, I did do a video on EV Mux. But what I'll do is I might do another one, which is now doing like setting up your overlays, design them in Canva, do your overlays, get them into OBS, using OBS, blah, 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 and all that. But then also, I was using EV Mux, but I'm a little bit unsure about how good EV Mux is. But yeah, Dave, yeah, so, you know, maybe have one free site and then have the second prize is SEO or something, I don't know, design a logo, I don't know. Maybe just offer a 1-page website, you know, because that gets whoever works with you to be very honed in on what they're getting. A 1-page free website, right? Something like that. Canva is awesome. Canva is awesome. When it first started off, Canva was okay. okay. It was mainly being used for like creating leaflets or posters and stuff. It was okay. And then they ramped up, and I always feel like they're always doing something new features. Enjoy the sun. I think you're enjoying the sun. Are you enjoying the sun, Atif? Is that what you're doing? Enjoying the sun? Hey, hey. How'd you like me now? How'd you like me now? How? Boom. How you like me now? Dun, 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 dun. How you like me now?
For AI is even more.
Hey Abhijit, so what is my design system? My design system is, I'll show you what my design system is. So, you talk to your clients, you find out what they want. You then you scribble out roughly what you think the website might look like in terms of layout. I don't like to do pixel perfect, I like to be fluid, agile. But I might clarify a few more details with them in rough context of where things are going to go. You know, you might discuss, you might discuss color schemes and things like that, imagery, your branding, your fonts and stuff like that. And then you just crack on with it. And then get sign off on the home page. I only ever do the home page. I don't do any other page until the home page is signed off, because every other page is a version of the home page. How does the header look? Is it sticky? How do things flow and all of that? You know, and once that home page is signed off, then every other page is an iteration of the home page, right? There's no point doing 6, 7 pages and then the client goes, I don't like that. I don't like geometric. I want it to be curved. I want the wave shape divider everywhere. Get a life. So I used to I used to do a lot of graphic design, Photoshop and stuff like that. And you can lose 2 or 3 days of your life going back and forth doing the pixel perfect design. And it's a bit like it's like when you decorate a room. You pick everything out, and then when you put it together, you go, you know, does it really work now? So that's why I say I have a rough generalistic layout, but then I might adapt it as time goes on. Because the minute you put a slider in and you've got images, if the images don't go with the color of the website, you then go, is the slider the best option? So this website we're working on last night now with someone, they had a slider with 3 images. The first 2 images, fine, they fit the brand. The third image, their theme is green, grey, black and white. That's the brand colours. The third image on the slider was red, yellow and orange. What's the hell has red, yellow, orange got to do with green, black, white and grey? So I changed the image, because otherwise it broke. It just didn't work. And I said to them, look, do you still want the slider? Maybe just have an image. No, we still want the slider. Right, let's compromise, get you a different image and move on from there. Keep it fluid and real. How you deliver the final website? You do a video call. You do a video call with them, and you can either do like a half an hour video when you talk over things, or you do a video call and you go through it step by step. What they can do, what they can't do, what they need to watch out for. But a video call, because it's all about relationship building. And when you're talking to them, that's when you can drop in the incentive. So you remind them, yeah, and by the way, you know, I'm glad you're happy with it. If you refer any clients to me and they get a website built, I will pay you $100, £100. When you do it on email, it feels a little bit, you don't know if they really understand it. But when you do a video call or a phone call, preferably a video call because you can share screens, you can remind them of the incentive. Hey, I hope you like what we're doing and blah, 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 blah. By the way, if you refer anyone and they get a website built or SEO or whatever, I'll give you $100. It works. It's all part of relationship building, trust, and all of that. And it works. Trust me, it works. All right. But yeah, I hope that, I mean, how do you do it, Abhijit? How do you do it? Do you have a different process for how you like to hand over to clients the final delivery? And remember, Jimmy, you know, it's like, you know, I mean, because if the client is a businessman person and they're part of a network, there's a higher chance they might pass on. Then again, they might be so competitive they don't want anyone to know. But it's a nice little tip, you know. It's a nice little tip, I think, for sure. For sure. How you like me now? How you like me now? Right, so I'm just working on a site over here. Just got to add this actually to here. Got too many windows open. You only have too many windows open, you start to lose track of where you are. So JR Tiga is saying, do you offer website maintenance? Yes, we do. The best time to offer it is at the start. Make them aware of it. Make them understand. Because if you don't make them aware of it at the start, they'll assume that when they pay for the website, they're also getting your forever support. Make it clear to them at the start. Right, here's the website, build cost. Here's the SEO ranking, rank math, all of that, if you want to go for it. Here's the cost for the maintenance of your website. We don't offer hosting. We don't offer hosting anymore. We'll tell them where to go. We might, if they want us to set it up, we charge to set it up. But in terms of maintenance, make it clear to them, you know, when the website's built, we'll be there for you 14 days after the website's built in case there's any issues or problems. But if you need any ongoing support, you can either pay for the year. So it might be, you could pay £50 a month, which is £600 a year, Or you could pay £500, so you get a 20% discount if you buy it now. That's non-refundable, right? So if you buy it, you can't just leave us after 3 or 4 months. That's non-refundable. If you want, you could go for it. To be honest, Dave, you could do, but I'll tell you why I don't like to provide hosting anymore, even as a third-party reseller. Because when there's a problem with the website, you know, something's gone wrong, it's too slow or whatever, right, okay? Even though you'll go back to the third party, like say SiteGround or GoDaddy or whoever you want to use, okay? You're in the middle. Client, you, let's get this right. Host provider, right? You, client. You're in the middle. They have a problem. They're going to sort it out, but you're in the middle. And the client doesn't even know about where they're probably being hosted or loads of details. Maybe it's been white labeled. It becomes your problem. So I would say to them, if you want us to manage the maintenance, so we would, if there was a problem, we would speak to the host provider and all of that stuff. We will do that for you. But by you not doing the hosting, if the problem is, say, GoDaddy, and you do what you can to try and fix it, but the problem lies with GoDaddy, you've excused yourself of fully having to sort it out. You'll do everything you can, but you're not GoDaddy, right? Or your SiteGround, or Kinsta, or whoever, Cloudways, right? So it offers you a form of protection. Do you know what I mean? Because like your garage, it's a very good analogy, that as well. Because your garage, if that's the analogy, is you will try and fix the car, but if there's a problem with the manufacturer of the car, that's BMW's fault. That's Mercedes' fault, right? They have to then provide a solution. There's only so much the garage can do. Does that make sense? But if you go out there and say, yeah, we'll do your hosting as well, but you're just a third-party reseller, the client ain't going to like it when you turn around and say, well, it's GoDaddy have messed up. I can't fix it. The client will say, hold up. Where's all this GoDaddy crap come from? I'm paying you for hosting. So by protecting yourself and saying, well, we will maintain and look into problems. There are some things you're fully in control over, like, right? But then there are some things where you could be putting yourself in a big hole when the website goes down and the client's like, sort it out, I'm paying you, sort it out. But you're a reseller for Cloudways, right? And Cloudways are like, sorry, we're too busy, we'll get back to you in 24 hours. Your customer's going to be like, whoa, I'm paying you for this, I'm losing business. Exactly, Joe. Exactly. Exactly. And when we started off, we were offering hosting via SiteGround, and whenever there was a problem, you're having to sort it out. You're having to make sure it fully works, kind of thing. Exactly, yeah. So by us making clear to them, look, and what we do say to the client as well is we tell them who we think they should use. So we'll say, here's who we recommend, right? And we tell them, do not go here. Don't go to GoDaddy. Don't go here. But if they choose to go here, we've made it clear to them. And we'll do everything to maintain and support them. But, you know, they've made the choice. Yeah, exactly. GoDaddy forever blame Elementor. Whenever I've got a client that uses GoDaddy, they blame Elementor. And I'm like, it's got nothing to do with Elementor. It's the host. Oh, Ati, that's worse, you know. You know when you end up like The worst thing is, Atif, when they go, oh, my printer's not connected to my machine. What do I do? And you go, what? I'm not IT support here. What do you mean you print? And you end up trying to sort it out for them. But it's not your... Right, so one client called me up because she was writing a book and she lost the book on her hard drive. And she was like, how do I get it? And I was like, did you email a copy of the book to yourself? No. I go, have you got backup? No. I go, I was like this. What do you want me to do? And she was like, you work with computers. You work with the internet. Where can I find my book? And I was like, if you've deleted it off your hard drive, what? What? And then she was like, if you mess me about, I will sue you. And I was like, what are you talking about? What? Take care, Jimmy. See you soon, mate. Same thing as well. So we tell them, right, here's where you go to do your emails and your hosting, whatever. If they want us to set it up for them, then you charge them £30, £40 to set it up, or they can set it up themselves, right? You remind them they own the domain and they own the hosting and they own the email. Make it clear to them they own all of that so they can set it up, or you can set it up. So you could set up the hosting WordPress and the email and the SSL, whatever. You could do that, but they got to pay for it. For your time. In the past, we used to do it for free. And when I was like, well, sometimes you're spending an hour or two setting things up. Or maybe the email is one service provider and the domain is another. And you're now doing the MX, the text, record, name change and all of that. Oh my God, car sat nav. You know what you should have told them to do? You should have told them, turn off the engine for 10 minutes and then turn it back on again and maybe it will connect. I mean, what Atib says there, I've been down that road so many times. Once at work, I helped someone out with an issue they had with their machine. And people would come in the room and go, Imran, our printer's not working. Imran, this ain't working. Imran, and I'd be like, I'm not IT support. And once I went to attend a presentation, and the presentation had about 100 doctors there, right? And the presenter, who didn't even know me, couldn't get their PowerPoint presentation to project on the screen. I was an attendee and I was presenting as well. So I was attending and I was presenting later on. There was a batch of presenters. The organizer called me up. So I had to walk all the way up past all these doctors to help this person. And I couldn't get it to work because the person had saved their PowerPoint on a really old version. So it just wasn't opening up. And the guy turned to me, right? And he was like, don't you know how to do your job? IT support. And I just looked at him and I was like, whatever. And I just walked back. And when he then realised I was a co-presenter, his face dropped. And it was like, just because I'm Asian, right, and I wear glasses, I am not IT support. Come on, Atif, you got to admit this, right? If you're working in certain places, right, the minute they see you walk in, you're IT support. And I'd be like, I'm not IT support. But that used to get me a lot. So around about the year of 2010, 2011, so many people could not get their head around the fact that if you keep saving it as a doc file, a Word doc file, it ain't going to open on the new Microsoft, at that time, Microsoft Word 2020, because of the docx. Do you remember when there was the shift? Oh, man. And I tell you what, I could tell you stories. So I had a team, I was managing a team of 13 analysts, right? And someone walked in the room and he went to the oldest guy in the room. And the oldest guy in the room turned around and went, he's the manager. And the guy turned around and looked at me and was like, oh, I thought he was IT. I was like, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Dave, I've been there with the email thing, right? So one person decided to leave us and go with GoDaddy because he wanted a cheaper option. I was like, yeah, fine, if that's what you want to do. Then, after they ported over their domain and their hosting, and I made clear they understood the risk, they were like, I've lost all my emails. And I was like, well, yeah, your emails were part of SiteGround when your domain was there. You've moved your domain over to GoDaddy. You've moved your hosting to GoDaddy. What made you think your emails were going to go? And I made clear to them, your emails, were sat on the SiteGround host. You've moved everything. They were like, but I've lost 2 years worth of emails. Like, I don't want to be funny, but you're not hosted by us anymore. You're not part of any maintenance package. What do you want us to do about it? How is that our problem now? Exactly, Joe. I did loads of work for them. Do you know what, Andrew? You get used to it. You get used to it, and I know they didn't mean it with any bad intent. I get that. It's not like it was malicious, but it is a little bit like, oh God. And it also says a lot about how in that room there was like 13 other people, and they went straight for the oldest guy in the room. They bypassed everyone and went to the oldest guy because they instantly assumed, because he's got white hair and wears glasses, he must be the head of the department. And it was like, hello? The fact they walked past me as well. They didn't come in the room and say, hey, can you recommend who I speak to about a problem? No, they went straight up to him and was like, I need this sorting out. How do we do it? No, Dave, Dave, I don't have no sympathy when people do that either. It sounds harsh, but you know what? It is your time. It is your time. Oh man, I just shut down a page. So where I've got this issue with the directory theme that George is looking at, someone last night said, yeah, you just do X, Y, Z, but they didn't say how. I've gone back to them and says, can you elaborate? What do you mean by doing that? And they've now said, oh, I don't know. I just made it up. Why answer a question I put on a forum specifically for that directory theme? You come up with a solution, but you don't know how to do it because you just made it up. So you don't even believe in your solution, but the way you wrote the answer, you were like, yeah, you just do da 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 da. I have no words. I have no words. Don't offer a solution. And then when you're questioned about it, you go, oh, I don't know, I just made it up. Oh, I just thought of it. It was an idea. Because now no one else will probably reply to that question because they're like, oh, maybe that's how you do it. I don't know. And they've direct messaged me as well rather than putting it on the forum to say, yeah, we made it up. This is where I feel like some people don't fully understand what I call transparency and integrity. They want to go, yeah, this is how you do it. But they don't actually know what to do. I know, Pickstar, right? Because they've replied, no one else will probably reply now either. And I could go on and delete their answer. But then you feel like, oh, now, you know, they might not like it that you delete it. Oh, Atif, do you know what, mate? I first started using Excel in the the year 2000 Excel, right? And I got really good at it, macros and pivot, you know, doing stuff with it and analytics as well. And then when I moved to the NHS in 2002, and I started working with other people that use Excel, I was showing them how to do loads of funky stuff. And they were like, wow, wow, wow. And you end up just becoming the IT guy, don't you? People from other departments. Hey, we heard you're really good with Excel. How do I do this? You're like, what? The best one, right? The best one, Atif, was when the performance team would call me up and say, we've got this stuff. How do I do an underline on the cells? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Just format the cells and go to borders. How do I do conditional formatting? I've got a pivot table, but I want to change the data from here to here. God's sake. You know? The best were when you had like a receptionist or a secretary contact you and they go, right, how do I do mail merge? And I'm like, you should know this or go away and learn it. Right? I mean, Google it, for God's sake. What are you asking me for? Just Google it. Such is life, hey? It makes you laugh, though, doesn't it? It makes you laugh. I mean, even in the last 5-6 years, even, people would say, how do I do X? And I'd be like, just go to YouTube. There's a video on it. Oh, I ain't got time to watch YouTube. Come to my desk and show me how to do it. And you sort of go, ooh. You know, the fact that I've probably learned how to do it when YouTube wasn't a thing, right? When Google wasn't a major thing. We're going back to 2000, 2001 now, right? Google, I don't know if Google was around in 2001. I think it was. But, you know, there weren't major things, you know. There weren't forums galore with how to do X, Y, Z. But some people, they just don't want to watch a video or learn or something, right? So that's very annoying. How you like me now? Right, so based on what Pickstar has said as well. So I got to a point, and this irritated everyone, right? Sometimes people would call me over for an Excel problem. And I would say to them, I'm pretty sure that in the NHS, one of the things you should have to be able to do this job is basic Excel skills. I said, you can do basic Excel, right? And they hated that. Oh, how dare you say that? And I'd be like, you want my help or not? Oh, Atif, I know exactly where you're coming from here, right? I know exactly what you're coming from. So I've been to stuff where they had people come in and they were showing someone, so you know when you do a formula, you get the hashtag div error or something, right? And they were like, oh, when you get that problem, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, why don't you just put in like an if statement or something? And they were like, oh, or I'm trying to think of some good examples here. So another one of them was where there was like 2,000 rows of data, and the guy would highlight with his mouse. And I was like, why don't you just go there and go shift end down? And they did it, but they weren't doing it right. They were hitting the shift end in the wrong order. They're like, oh, that doesn't work. And I went, can I come up? And they didn't like it. And I went up and I went, 2 seconds. Right? Shift end right. Boom, it goes to the right. And I thought, my God. You know. Or sometimes they would show you how to do something and you're sat there going, this is wrong. This is wrong, right? You are showing off what you've learned out of a textbook, not what is applied in real life. And you just sit there going, God, I really want to say something. I really want to say something. And everyone is like that. Oh, yeah. Ooh, 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 this is amazing. Ooh, I'm an Excel expert. Ooh. I don't mind that, but it's like, you're learning the wrong way. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Or, a file's been deleted, and they go, oh, well, I don't know what happened. And I'm like, you're the only person that could have gone in and done it. Kind of thing. Oh, man. You know, the amount of stories you could basically tell, right? It's all a little bit laughable, isn't it? It's all a bit laughable. I think we could all go on and on and on about stories like that, right? Yeah, I know what you mean, Atif. You basically felt like you were going above and beyond, unpaid. It's like when some people had they wanted an Excel workbook with a macro. So when you enter in the email addresses and you hit run, it would then pick up a Word file or another Excel file, and it would email them out to all the people in the email lists. And I'd be working on it in my own time at home, in my own time, make it work, give it to them. And sometimes they didn't even say thank you. They'd be like, oh, but I want this as well and I want that. And you're like, I'm doing this in my own time for you. Hey, Tim, how you doing? Look at that, Tim. This used to make noises and light up, and then it stopped working, but it used to light up. And if anyone walked in the room, it would kind of go. It would do all of that. Doesn't anymore now. Ooh, yes, adult content. So there was one person, they were behind me, right? And then some noises came out their machine. They were like, someone has just sent me something. And I was like, yeah, what, a link? And they're like, I've deleted the email. Ooh. And I was like, so you've deleted the email? I didn't say it, but in my head I thought, you deleted the email before you shut down the web page. Oh, Pigstar, give me a break. I'm scared to open this up. I think that I don't know what's wrong with it. A fuse or something's just gone with it. So my department, right, back in I think it was 2012, 2013, right? They bought iPads. 2013, 2014, 2013, I think. They bought iPads for loads of doctors, about 160 iPads. And I said to them, the iPads are not going to work for our analytics and business solutions. This stuff will not work on an iPad. No, 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 no. They bought 140, 150 odd, 60, whatever iPads. All of those iPads went to waste. Well, they didn't go to waste. The doctors used them for other stuff, obviously. They'd come to their meetings with their iPads, oh yes, they had their iPads. But the purpose of those iPads could not be used because the software and the stuff that was being used back then, remember, do you remember iPhones and all of that? With flat, some forms of technology. Safari was crap for that, right? They couldn't work. They couldn't. And it used to get me so mad, the amount of money they spent on this. And I even said to them at the time, this is not going to work. It will not work. No, 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 no. They went and did it. What I'm going to say is this, Dave, right? It is more bureaucratic because of the doctors working behind the scenes. That's what I will say. I can't go into more details, but I will say there is more bureaucracy there. And where a lot of them say they need more money, you couldn't be further from the truth. So I used to do a lot of budget setting, right? But it's they want a lot for very little. So the output you get, and I just think but anyway, let's not go too much into it because I could get myself into a lot of trouble. But Atif, you might know what I'm talking about as well, right? You might know what I'm talking about. So when people say that the NHS needs more money, the actual truth is they need to relook at how they're using what they've got. That's the problem. That's the problem. Anyway, I think we've done IT stuff to death, haven't we? What I will say though, everyone, right, is that we have been live for two hours now, and normally when we get to 2 hours, I do need to kind of cut off so I can head crunch some stuff I've got. Yeah, Atif, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. When you've been in it so long, you can see the waste and how it could be a whole lot more efficient if they just wanted it to. But they don't want it to be efficient because then you'll have a reduced budget. And it's a bit like schools. They want to use up the budget even when they've got money left over because they want to justify why they need more money the following year. Woo. Guys, I got to go, right? I'm going to close off now. It's been fun always. Take care, Joe. Hope Tim. Take care, Tim. All right. Look after yourselves, my friend. And Daddy will buy you an R2D2. Don't worry. Daddy's going to go buy one right now. Take care, all of you. I'll see you all soon. Stay safe. And George, if you're still there, get in touch if you crack a solution. And Chingy, you have fun, my friend. Yeah, George. You're my only hope. Take care, all of you. All right. See you soon.